Hi there, my name's Kris Owen and I'm the author of Alabark Baking, which is a recipe book containing lots of fun and healthy things to make for your dog while raising money for dog rescue. Today we're going to make tuna fish biscuits, and this recipe is really easy and simple to do. Get your children and your grandchildren in the kitchen to help you make it. And this particular recipe, we're not going to use wheat flour. We're also going to use tuna fish, which is nice, low calorie and gentle on the stomach. So you've got one of those dogs out there that's just a little bit sensitive. This is a really good recipe to make. So today, before we start, we're going to preheat the oven to gas mark 4, which is about 180 centigrade. And here in front of us, we've got all the ingredients that we need to start. So in this bowl, I've got a small tin of tuna, can's about 180 grams. And I've drained this, and this just goes straight into your bowl. You can make this recipe with salmon if you see it on special offer, and it'll turn out just fine. To our bowl we're going to add 2 eggs. These are reasonably large eggs. And we're going to finish that off with about 1.5 cups of brown rice flour. If you don't want to use brown rice flour, you can use gluten-free flour. If your dog doesn't have a problem with wheat, then you can use white flour. But the reason we're using brown rice, it is generally very settling on the stomach, very easy to digest. Our last ingredient is a small pinch of parsley. If your dog doesn't like parsley, just leave it out. That's absolutely fine. All our ingredients are in our bowl, and then just using a big spoon, just make sure you break up the egg yolks and start to mix it together into a ball of dough. You may find that you need to add a little bit of water. You may find that it's just fine as it is. If you do make it too wet, you can always add a little bit more flour. Your dogs will love your biscuits no matter how they turn out. So I'm just gently going to press this together with my hands until it forms one nice ball of dough. Now, with it being gluten-free, this particular recipe, you don't get that elasticity that you get with wheat flour. So it will be a little bit more crumbly, and you might have to work with it just a little bit wetter than you would do a wheat flour. So there we go, we've got one ball of dough, and we're now ready to start rolling this out. Sprinkle a little bit of your brown rice flour onto your table, and then you're ready to roll your dough out. It's very crumbly, so you don't need so much roll as just press it gently. I mean, if you haven't got a rolling pin, you can literally just pick this up and circle it. Just press it together, and you can actually bake your biscuits like this. But today we're actually going to make them into nice little fish shapes, because we're going to give them away as presents to people. You can use any shape cutter you like. You can, of course, if you want to, just score it gently with a blunt knife and cut it into cubes. The smaller it is, the easier it is to pop it in your pocket when you're going out on a dog walk or you're doing some training. And this isn't particularly fattening. If you make it with salmon, it will be considerably more fattening. The tuna one is a nice low calorie, low protein for you. So continue cutting your shapes out, and I'm placing them on a baking tray which I've covered with grease-proof. You don't need to. If you've got a good baking tray, they can just go straight on. So you'll probably find that, depending on the size of your cutter, I would normally get about 20 biscuits of an average size out of this. And any less little bits you've got, just make them into a nice little shape. Now, I give these away as presents to friends and family, and I also sell them to raise money at local dog shows. And they do look nice if you want to baste them with a beaten egg, and it makes them a little bit more golden. And all I'm going to do is to just gently brush them. It also helps them to hold together. But if you do want to keep the calories down in these biscuits, you really don't need to baste them. Now they go in the top half of the oven, and in here, the ones that I made earlier are just about ready to come out. These have had 20 minutes, they've been turned over, and they've had another 20 minutes, and they're actually quite dry. And And these now just need to be turned out onto a rack just to left to cool. These biscuits keep quite a long time. You'll probably find if you pop these in the fridge, they'll keep several weeks because they are so dry. But they also do freeze beautifully. So we're just going to pop these on a wire rack. Once they're cold, they're ready to feed or freeze as you require.